Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I am going to go ahead and jump right on into this book review. But before I do, why don't you go ahead and click that like and share button? Okay, I would greatly appreciate it. Just go ahead and do it now. Get it out of the way, okay? So, this book is called The Nest by Cynthia. I'm not going to botch the name. So I'm just going to say Cynthia Sweeney, okay? And this is the book. I thought that was such a cute cover. It's that greenish teal look with gold. I thought, oh, that is so cute. So I picked the book up because of the cover, okay? I think it's so pretty. I've had it on my to be read list for a long while now. And I finally cracked it open. Um, and if nothing else, it will still look pretty on my shelf. In a nutshell, this story is about a family waiting for a financial payout and what they have done with their lives leading up to that point. The father, Leonard Sr., did pretty well for himself and has left behind what the family calls the nest. The father wanted the children to be self sufficient and make a life for themselves before the financial payout occurred. The money was not meant to support or sustain the children for forever. It was to be a financial help along the way. So he had some investments, and how he had the funds set up, um, the money grew this nest bigger than what he had envisioned. Okay. So he thought, oh, I'm just going to leave my kids a little bit of cushion money, to help them out in their mature years. Well, uh, the money got a lot bigger than what he originally planned, which one would think not a bad thing, right? Leonard Sr. left his wife Frances in charge of the trust, whom usually stuck to his wishes. And well, Frances's decision to deviate from her late husband's instructions have left the children scrambling. So let me tell you about who's involved in this story. There is Leo, who is married to Victoria. Leo is liked by most everybody, envied by others. He's charming, he's good looking, and a pretty successful man. All the siblings look to Leo as if he is the golden child to solve all of their problems. Leo sold a media company he had created, which generated his wealth and afforded him the ability to live quite frivolously. Leo has been drinking alcohol and using drugs in excess, which was a contributing factor in the vehicle accident he was involved in. Now, this accident and the after effects caused a disruption to the family nest. Victoria was the socialite that loved to spend Leo's money, and her wrath cost him dearly. Or did it? You will have to read the book to find out. Then we have Melody, who is one of the siblings to this family. She is married to Walt. Melody is the mother to twin girls, Nora and Louisa, at least that's how I pronounced it, who are getting close to graduating and hopefully going to go off to college. Melody has been a stay at home mother and is now having to figure out what the next phase of her life will be like once her kids are gone. But first, she must figure out how they're going to pay for the girls' college education. Then there is Beatrice, aka B, is another sibling. She is a widow and aspiring writer. Well, she has had success in the literary world, but is currently struggling with writer's block. Her previous editor dropped her, and she is waffling on what to write next. Beatrice is looking to Leo for approval of her writing since, well, he has been the subject of her previous books and has critiqued her work before. So she's looking for Leo to um, give her the okay to write about him again or create something new. But you'll have to read the book to find out what happens. Jack is another sibling whom is married to Walker. So there's a Walt and there's a Walker. Jack has made some very poor financial moves, which he is hiding from Walker. Jack is dependent on the Nest payout to correct his financial wrongs. Will the payout right Jack's wrongs, or will he have to fess up about his seedy dealings? Matilda is the aspiring singer, but currently a waitress for a gig her cousin hooked her up with. She has her whole life ahead of her. Matilda is Leo's current flavor of the moment and was with him at the time of the accident. Now, Matilda's life was upended because of this accident, and now she is having to figure out how to move on with a life she didn't envision for herself. Then there is Stephanie, who is Leo's ex, who worked as an editor at his company before he sold it. And she has managed to do well for herself after the fact and purchased a home and rents out the bottom portion. Now, Stephanie took Leo in during the time he was down on his luck and going through his divorce after this accident. Um, the sparks between them was relit because now they're living in the same space. And, well, because of this relit experience between the two, they will forever be tied together. Hmm. And you'll have to read the book to find out why. Then there is Paul, and he's a writer and creates online content. And Paul likes Melody. Paul is assisting Melody in the search to find out where Leo ran off to. Well, will he be able to get Melody to see him as more than a comrade? Well, you'll have to read the book to find out. Then we have Tommy, who lost his wife in the 911 disaster the world experienced. Since her death, Tommy has been in a perpetual fog. His children are very concerned about his well being, and rightfully so. Tommy has committed a crime, all under the perception of keeping his wife's memory and the love they had alive. Now, Jack has uncovered Tommy's secret and attempts to profit from it. And you'll have to read the book to see how all of that unfolds. So, there are some warnings to give. There is sexual content, there is commentary about the 911 incident, there is same sex relations mentioned in the book. Okay, so this story is listed in the genre of domestic fiction, adult fiction, and contemporary fiction. Okay, there are no discussion questions provided in the book. So, some discussion points could be, what would you do in each sibling's circumstance? So all the siblings had some type of issue that could be made better once this nest was divvied out. How much influence do your siblings have over the decisions you make? How much weight does their opinion hold? Specifically in Melody's circumstances. If you were Matilda, what would your magic number be to make things right? Do twins really see themselves as an internal mirror to the other? How do you feel about the way Nora and Louisa handled their differences? Do you think Frances did the right thing, or should she have let Leo deal with the fallout of his actions on his own? Do you think Leo owes the siblings? Why or why not? Well, these are just a few prompts to get the conversation going. I am sure if you read the book, you will come up with more. Um, the book, like I said, is all about the decisions of these characters that lead them to essentially be pining away for this money, and side characters that got sucked into this family's dysfunction. And some of them had a little bit of dysfunction of their own already. I don't know if the father would have been totally disappointed in his children, though. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they were able to sustain themselves without the money. However, knowing the money was there to be had, maybe some of their reckless or stagnation in life, waiting for the money to right the ship, would have been a little bit different if that money wasn't just like a dangling carrot. I did feel like the story was a little drawn out at sometimes. There were some oohs, ahs, and oh snaps moments. However, nothing that you might not have seen coming. I mean, I wasn't like surprised or shocked about anything that happened. Maybe if there was some extra twists, maybe some extra drama, some unexpected drama, maybe would have gave me a little bit more of an experience for this book. Um, author could have created more drama, give us some real curveballs, like I mean some real curveballs, um, or up the stakes and intensity more. That kind of would have made the story a little bit better for me. Um, we definitely get taken on a ride of entitlement, selfishness, and bad decisions. Okay. There are some heartfelt moments and self-discovery covered in the story, so that gave it a little bit of awe. There is a little bit of redemption and renewal as well, but then there's also a bit of disappointment. And you will have to figure out how all of those emotions and thoughts take place in this book. I did give the book an 8 out of 10. If you haven't read the book, go get it and tell me what your thoughts are. If you have read the book already, comment what you think as well. And that's it for this round. Thank you so much for tuning in. As I said, go ahead, click that like and share button. What you waiting on? Go ahead and subscribe so that you will be notified of when another video is uploaded so you can be in the know. Okay? Well, that's all I got. So as always, until next time, keep turning the pages, my book lovers.